Sunday who was like, "Don't listen to anybody but Toast." Had me cracking up.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't even a sport.
Yep, that's how it goes. And we are live. Happy Wednesday to all. Or happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, I'm sorry. Monday night went pretty well for me, even though I lost the national championship game, which obviously was my biggest bet of the night. But that Jazz money line at plus 310, that was nice. Also had the Pacers money line at plus money. So, yeah, ended up being a good Monday night for me despite losing the Natty. So we got, hold on, let me get rid of this pie chart here. College basketball pie charts are not working. So the NBA games, there'll be pie charts, but not for college basketball. So we got 4 of us here. We got 5 NBA games, and I think I got 7 or 8 college basketball games lined up. So let's get it started. Seton Hall at Georgetown, Big East. The line is now 7.5, which is moved because I think it was 4.5 last night, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should bring one of the college basketball guys up first for this one, you think, right?
I think so.
Because Prop
I think so, Shu.
Because Prop Beaver doesn't know ball. All right, Andy.
Not the sissy ball.
Sissy ball. Big East. What do you like here?
Yeah, I'm actually on Georgetown. I'm on the underdog in this one. I actually think they're a live dog here, too, because Seton Hall coming off a big win. This is the second time they beat UConn in their first Big East game. The next game, they went on the road, lost to Xavier, and it was ugly. This time, they beat Marquette at home. Now they go on the road again. Midweek game against Georgetown. Georgetown's tough. They're not a very talented team, but they're going to play a close game with them no matter what. Could win the game, but I just side the 7.5 here for Georgetown. Coming off a big win, this is the second time Seton Hall's done it, so I see them letting us down again. So.
Wow, Georgetown plus 7.5 is a ballsy call. Toast, do you agree with that call?
I didn't play this. If I had to, I guess I would take the points with Georgetown. It's just really hard to keep in mind that Georgetown's won 2 conference games in the last 2 years. So just really hard to get there. But is Seton Hall one of the hottest teams in the country right now? I would say yes. I mean, Seton Hall's last 5 games have been against Ken Palm top 100 teams. They're 4-1 in that time. The only loss to that was on the road at Xavier. Seton Hall just knocked off, like Andy said, Connecticut and Missouri. I mean, after that loss to Providence, I mean, this team has been playing so very well. It's not even funny. Kadari Richmond has been one of the awesome leaders. Dre Davis is running the show. Georgetown, I think, is going to continue to get better, but they haven't played anybody really well. I mean, their strength of schedule is really low. It's just really hard for me to get to Georgetown with the points. I would lean them, but it's just a really, you could say it's a letdown spot for Seton Hall, but honestly, like, they've been playing so well right now, it's really hard. But neither one of these teams really blow other teams out, so laying multiple possessions is just really hard.
Seton Hall is the play here. One of the hottest teams in the country, like he said. I can't bet this one. It's a New Jersey school, but Seton Hall would be the move. They've come through for me. I was the lone Seton Hall picker on this college basketball show on Saturday, so I have that claim to fame. I'm on Seton Hall. Prop Beaver, do you have anything to say?
Georgetown should bring back Ewing and make this a proud program again.
There you have it.
They're trying. They hired Ed Cooley. That's their first step.
The poll agrees with me. 48% say Seton Hall minus 7.5. 34% said they would take the points with Georgetown. I just looked on Action Network. It's showing Georgetown as a heavy public dog, but with
that's
data,
why it's hard for me to get there. I'm like, man,
with data like that, though, you want to check multiple sources. So I would check BetQL, check Sports Betting Dime, check those other sources to make sure all are indicating it's a public dog. Next game, Kings at Pistons.
What's up, E-Ship?
Let's talk some NBA. Is Shipley in the chat? Oh, no, he's not.
I feel like I just had
I
to say
can't
hi.
believe he bought that Pistons jersey. I thought he was joking.
He's
he
a
really
loon.
bought that.
He's a fucking loon.
It's just respect for me. I mean, as a guy that loves the shirts and stuff, that's just respect.
He buys a Pistons jersey that says Pistons money line on the back when they're 3-33. It's absolutely nuts. All right, so Prop Beaver, do you have a move in this one?
Yeah, I do. This is really annoying, though, because the line moved on me so much. I got Jaden Ivey yesterday at 23.5 PRAs. It's now at 25.5 juice to the over. So, I mean, I put a full unit on it at 23.5. I guess I would bump it down to a half unit at 25.5. I mean, it's pretty key numbers there. Basically, the gist is Jaden Ivey is a scorer, and this Pistons team needs scoring so badly without Cade Cunningham on the floor. With 28 plus minutes in 2022, he was 32 and 13 to the number. He averaged 28.3 PRAs, 14.6 field goal attempts per game, and he had 31 against Sacramento last year in his lone matchup against them with that 28 plus minute mark. This is a Sacramento team that has sucked out loud against guards lately. They're on the 4th most points per game, 9th most assists per game to shooting guards, and the 5th most points per game and 4th most three-pointers made to point guards over the last 30 days. Just to name a few guys: McCollum, 41, IQ, 33, Suggs, 31, Rozier, 43. I could go on for days and days and days. Combo guards have been cooking this Kings team over the last 10 days. And just in their current shape, I don't really think the Kings should be this big of favorites against anybody, especially on the road. I put yesterday in the Discord, sickeningly enough, I was like, honestly, I'm gonna put a schmeckle on the Detroit Pistons here on the money line. I mean, this Kings team just looks horrendous. Everybody and their mothers on De'Aaron Fox today for a bounce back game.
He's been shooting the ball terribly.
I mean, they're expecting the bounce back, but I mean, dude, I don't know. Sometimes when you're cold, you're cold. And if that cold streak continues, I mean, I think the Pistons are live here. I mean, this Pistons team played without Cade Cunningham last year, and they were pretty goddamn serviceable. A lot of the same rosters around. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they got a live chance here. I would definitely take the points with Detroit here.
Yeah, that's the side I would lean to. This didn't go on my ticket, and I haven't bet this one. But I could probably be talked into it in the Discord if other people are down to play it. For some reason, Pistons continue to be kind of a public dog. I think there's a lot of people buying into betting this Pistons teams recently, but you know what? It's been paying off. Detroit's 6-4 against the spread in their last 10. So if you've been blindly betting the Pistons, you're actually turning a profit the last few weeks. Pistons team has been covering. They've been competitive. And obviously, the Cade Cunningham injury is going to draw a lot of action over to the Kings side, and it's significant. But like Proper said, they played the entire last season without him. And if you look at cleaning the glass, I was looking at his on and off splits. Actually, he's not even analytically. He's not even the most important piece on that offense, and that's really what has changed with the Pistons team. Why they're being more competitive, why they're 6-4 against the spread, how they have kept games close. It's the offense has been better. The defense was always decent. I mean, not decent. It was always okay. Even when they were getting blown out, the defense was okay. It's the offense that was abysmal. Now that offense is stepping up. Actually, if you isolate it to the last 5 games, the last 10 games, Pistons offense is about average, which is crazy. And so seeing that Cade Cunningham, as far as points added per possession, isn't glaringly at the top of the Pistons lineup there, I'm down to play it at plus 11, even though I haven't yet. That's the side I'd be on. And like I said, this Pistons team continues to be a public bet. 61% of you said you would take the 11 points with Detroit. Just 26% said you would lay the 11 with the Kings. And yeah, like Goins just said in the comment, Kings have been playing so trash. Couldn't have hit it on the head any better than that. Stephen Harrison, Detroit or nothing. So yeah, looks like we're all together on the Pistons. So Toaster Andy, either of you guys have anything to say about this one? Nope. All right. Next game.
I know that Ivy's the GOAT.
Agreed. Goat Ivy's going crazy today.
I didn't like him. I didn't even like him at Purdue.
We didn't like you as a Purdue fan.
Yeah, I don't like you either.
Mizzou, let's get rid of the pie charts. Nope. Pie charts for college basketball should be fixed tonight. So the next live show, we should have those. All right, Mizzou at Kentucky. The line is 12.5. Interesting line there, to say the least. Let me ask you guys, and I'll bring up Toast first here.
You should bring up Andy.
Oh, yeah, it's SEC. That's his thing. Andy, let me ask you, how do you not blindly take Mizzou? Isn't Mizzou the team that's 9-4 against? Did we lose connection?
I don't know how you don't.
Holy
do
cow! That's the first time I think I've ever seen Kyle drop out.
No, I think I'm back.
All right.
All right, there you go.
You're back.
I don't know. It just said no connection for a second, but I think I'm back. Okay, so never mind. I was going to say, how do you blindly not take the team that's 9-4 against the spread against the team that's 4-10 against the spread? But I thought Missouri was the team that was 9-4 against the spread, so I mixed that up. So Andy, what do you like in this one?
Kentucky. I love this Kentucky team. I think they're going to blow out. This game, I think, is at Missouri. I think that might have been swapped there.
That's what was confusing me.
Yeah,
you made the graphics.
Did okay, I swapped them there. But yeah, this game's at Missouri, but Missouri just lost a home game to Georgia.
No,
and
it's
I'm
not.
sorry,
It's at Kentucky. It's
at Kentucky? Oh, then
my
I didn't
God.
mess up. I messed up now. Either way, Kentucky gonna blow this team out. Missouri just lost a home game to Georgia. They're one of the worst 3-point defending teams in the SEC. They actually are the worst. They gave up 12 to Georgia. Georgia hadn't had more than 10 in a game this year. Kentucky, one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the SEC, top 10 in the country. Yeah, this has makings of a 20-point win on it for Kentucky. They're far better than a lot of SEC teams this year. They're going to blow out. I'm sure they'll be picked off at some point, but Missouri's not going to be the team to do that. This one's going to be ugly.
Toast, do you agree?
I agree. I didn't lay it with Kentucky just because I don't really love the spot for them after playing a pretty big game against Florida on the road, now coming back home. I think the best, if I had gun to my head, I'd play, 86.5. Kentucky over team total over 86.5 would be probably how I would take it. I mean, scored 87 against Carolina, 95 against Louisville, 96 Illinois State. All those teams are terrible, but Missouri's pretty damn bad themselves as well. It's just this Kentucky team can really, really stroke it, and they shoot free throws well too. So, yeah, I would lean it. It's just really hard in conference play to lean that many or lose that many points. But yeah, I would play the Kentucky team total over 86.
Kentucky team total over 86. Yeah, I would. I like what they said. I would lean Kentucky as well, but I'm not even putting it up on the screen because I'm not betting it at that number.
If Missouri had like a pulse, I could try to get there. But I mean, losing to Georgia by multiple possessions, it was just really bad. I mean,
dude, they can't rebound to save their lives. I mean, they're gonna get out rebounded
in the game.
Yeah,
like it was just bad. Yeah. So if they're just magically flip on the switch at Rupp tonight, like good for them.
Beaver, someone wants to know what you would do with your schmeckles in this game.
Not gonna put my schmeckle in this one.
49% of you said you would lay the 12.5 with Kentucky. 34% said you would take the 12.5 with Mizzou. So community is leaning Kentucky, but not overwhelmingly. Next, back to the NBA, and we got T-Wolves at Magic. Let's get it going. It's up to 5 now, and I am the squarest dude alive in this one. 1 second. Let me get the poll running. Magic plus 5. Over 217, under 217. That total 217 pretty much tells the story of what the odds makers expect here. Low scoring game. The sharp play is definitely to take the 5 with the Magic, without a doubt. But personally, I am not. Where is my pick graphic? All right, hold on. Let me get my my pick graphic up here.
Causing a scene.
For some reason, my pick graph wasn't loaded on this game, but here it is. So, but I'm on the other side. I'm going with the square side. I'm laying the 5 with Minnesota, and I did bet this. This is on my ticket and everything. Super square, like I said. But the bottom line is I don't like the way Orlando's looked the last handful of games. Those injuries are definitely getting to them. Yes, Markelle Fultz is back, but Franz Wagner is out, and he's just a more important piece of that offense than you would realize. Also, Wendell Carter is out. This Magic team's just banged up, haven't looked the same the last few games. And Minnesota, it's a perfect matchup for them. I don't know if you watched the video last night, but I'll just briefly summarize what I said. The Magic take 35% of their field goal attempts at the rim, highest in the NBA. Nobody attacks the basket more frequently than the Orlando Magic. That plays directly into the strength of Minnesota. That's what they want you to do. They want you to attack the rim and try to make contested layups on Gobert, try to make contested layups on Karl Anthony Towns. That's what they want you to do. So I know that Orlando plus 5, it looks like the sharp move. Everyone's betting Minnesota. Minnesota hasn't played as well on the road. I get that. I get how spot-wise it looks like a perfect spot to bet Orlando. But matchup-wise, it's just too overwhelmingly in favor of Minnesota. The low total does worry me because that means odds makers aren't expecting Minnesota's offense to do much. But personally, I think they cover the numbers. So I'm on the T-Wolves here. Prop Beaver?
Yeah, I did a little SGP here. I'm kind of pretty much on the same side as you. I'm betting on the Minnesota defense to create some problems here. I like the defensive matchup for Jaden McDaniels here against Paolo Banchero, so I made a little SGP. Plus 195 on ESPN. You can bet this on Bet365 and Caesars as well. I'm going Jaden McDaniels over 1.5 blocks and steals, and Banchero over 3.5 turnovers. So if we talk about McDaniels first, 5-0 to this number against Orlando in his career. He's averaging 2.4. He's cashed his last 6 to 8 games, sitting 93rd and 83rd percentile in block and steal percentage during that span. Facing an Orlando team that's 27th in offensive turnover rate their last 10 games, allowing the 4th most steals per game. He's going to be on the main guy on Banchero, or is going to be pinned on him. And Paolo's aggressive. He's a guy who's going to attack the rim. I think it's going to lead to some solid block opportunities, so I like him to go over that number there. And then Banchero, he had 4 in his lone game against Minnesota. His last 4 games, he's had 5, 8, 5, and 2 turnovers, averaging 5 per game. And during the span without Franz Wagner, we've seen his usage rate skyrocket. 37% usage rate is 100 percentile in the league. His 13.9 turnover percentage is quite bad, 32nd percentile. And with a 35% plus usage rate over his last 5 games, he's gone over in 4 of them, averaging 6 turnovers per game. If we go back to last year with a 35% plus usage rate, he's gone over his last 6 and 9. So just for a correlated bet, at plus 195, I think it's some pretty great value to put a half unit on. I've had a lot of success recently doing these defensive parlays, at least with the half unit to win a full unit. So I'm going to keep rocking with it.
Plus 195. You're just laying your nuts out on the table for everyone.
Not exactly. If I was putting a full unit on it, that'd be laying nuts out on the table. But a little half unit, 20 unit, I think it's a good play.
So it wasn't as impressive as Jazz money line at plus 310.
No, half schmeckle.
Half schmeckle on this. Andy Toast, anything you'd like to add? Nope. All right, our poll, 43%. See, I like that. I didn't realize. See, I thought I was going to be on the heavy public side, and I probably am on Minnesota. But knowing that there's that many people out there taking Orlando, at least maybe it's not quite as square. I mean, I'm definitely on the square side here, but maybe it's not quite as square as I thought. Stephen Harrison with me on the Wolves in the comments. Someone said Magic -3. I don't know if they're alt line in that shit, but
they just
strange alt line.
It was probably my burner.
Next.
Jalen Suggs legacy tonight.
All right, so let's switch it over to a college basketball person. Wait, which game is this? South Carolina? More SEC. So let's bring up Andy, who loves SEC basketball. He's the only one.
Messing up graphics.
All right.
Yeah, this one's actually a similar line to the Kentucky-Missouri game, but I'm actually going more situation on this one. SC just played Mississippi State, one of the toughest teams.
And they beat them. Your favorite bet.
Literally toughest. Yeah, I thought Mississippi State would blow them out. Turns out South Carolina actually is a pretty good team. Alabama on paper should outscore them by a lot, but SC looks so good on defense. Honestly, the other day they looked really good, and I think that was more their defense and less the fact that Mississippi State is a pretty weak three-point shooting team. I expect them to come out just as tough. South Carolina looked really good in that game. I know they're going on the road, but I think they keep it close. I don't think they win this game. They're probably not going to win many road games. It's tough to win on the road in the SEC. But I don't see them losing this game by 12. So this is a game where I got South Carolina. I'm starting to like this team, actually, and I didn't like them coming in.
Yeah, you were saying like South Carolina was supposed to be 2 easy wins for Georgia. Now it's looking like 2 losses.
Exactly.
Toast?
Opposite. Complete opposite. I think Alabama absolutely throttles these guys tonight. Couple things that just automatically jump out to me. Alabama, super fast, one of the fastest teams plays in the country. South Carolina is going to want to play at a crawl. Alabama, for reference, Alabama number 3 in average possession length. South Carolina 328. Second thing that jumps out to me: strength of schedule. Alabama 7th hardest strength of schedule in the country. South Carolina number 310. It's just really I just don't think that they're going to have the horses on offense. I understand that they've looked good on defense, but South Carolina going to be playing their 2nd straight road game this season. Their only other road game was that loss. Their 2nd road game of the year. Their only other loss on the road was against Clemson. Alabama is one of the best offenses in the country. Ken Pom has them 1. Shot quality has them 5. I would love to be sharp right here like Andy and take South Carolina with the points, but that strength of schedule really, really scares the hell out of me. So I think that Alabama rolls here.
I think Toast made a more compelling argument there, to be honest. So I'm going to put Alabama up for me.
And I think he's more handsome.
And he's just a better person. All right, the Alabama's all, but full disclosure.
Just to put it here, put it in perspective, South Carolina's faced Clemson. That's their best game who's number 24 in KenPom, and they lost. Their best win was their last game against Mississippi State. I can't remember what they are, like 50s or
So
60s.
a sell high spot for South Carolina.
Or Bama on the other side has played teams like Ohio State, Oregon, Creighton, Purdue, Arizona. I mean, so they're 9-5, but some of those losses are quad one
Bama
losses.
did.
I mean,
The one thing, Bama's coming off a game against Vanderbilt where they didn't look very good. Vanderbilt is an awful basketball team, and they played a very tight game with them. That
Nate
was definitely
Oates is
something that took-
just a weird little guy. He's going to put into all those players' head how good South Carolina has been. We'll see.
So I'm on Bama too. Let's do it. Roll
South
Tide.
Carolina's probably going to win outright now.
And Bama Boy is in the chat. Obviously, he likes the Tide as well. Minus 11.5.
Oh, really? What gave that away?
I don't know. It's just not a homer bet at all there. So there's a lot of people that are taking South Carolina here, which kind of confirms maybe this is a sell high spot for South Carolina. 44% of you said you would be down to take the points with Andy. 42% of you said you would lay the points. So it's pretty much split, but a lot of people taking the points with the Gamecocks in this one. Prop Beaver, do you have any sort of thought?
No.
Next. All right.
They don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing, guys.
He goes, no. All right. Texas at Cincinnati, another college. We got more NBA coming for those of you that are here just for the NBA. Texas +5, Cincinnati -5, over 145.5, under 145.5. All right, let's go. Let's bring Toast up. You have the floor. What are your thoughts?
I think the line is kind of telling. I don't think that Texas is that good. I didn't expect to see Texas getting 4.5 points, but Texas is going to be playing their second road game this year. They went on the road earlier this year against Marquette and got absolutely throttled. Remember, last year, Texas was not a good away from home either. So it's just kind of hard to get to them. The shot quality model really likes Texas as well. Texas is 11-3, but their best win is against LSU, who's number 83. So some of their metrics look decent on KenPom and stuff, but it's really hard for me to trust that. That being said, Cincinnati isn't in the best spot either. Definite letdown spot, possibly after a huge win against BYU. BYU is one of the best teams in the country right now, and they went on the road and beat them. Cincinnati's definitely plays through their defense, top 25 in the country as far as defensive efficiency. Both do a really good job of rebounding. Like on paper, like I can see taking the points with Texas, but I think Cincinnati wins here. I couldn't bet this game just because I've been terrible. Hand up this year. So it's really hard for me. I'm kind of gun shy, but I would really like to take Cincinnati here, but I just can't do it. So yeah, it's a pass, but I lean Cincinnati pretty big.
So Cincinnati or pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's bring up Andrew. Do you agree with what Toast said?
Yeah, this was the game I liked. The least I liked here. I think I side with them with Cincinnati. I don't see it from Texas. A lot of like advanced stat places love Texas. They're in the top 25. I really don't know how. Like he said, best win is against LSU, and their next best is like against Louisville. I think like they've not beaten anybody this year. They haven't played anybody, and now they're going on the road. Big 12 road games are very tough. I know it's. I would assume it's Cincinnati's first Big 12 home game, so that place is gonna be crazy. So yeah, I'd side Cincinnati here.
Just glanced at it, and this is just going by Action Network's data, but this line opened at 4. Public's coming in on Texas, and it's now 4.5, even 5 on some books. So that would be defined as reverse line movement, some sharp action coming in on Cincinnati. So screw it. I'll put it up for me. Well, actually, no, I won't because the pick graphic isn't set up for this. But yeah, I would lead Cincinnati also.
Cincinnati and wins.
Poll is pretty split on this one. 51% of our viewers said they would lay the 5 with Cincinnati. 46% said you would take the 5 with Texas. So pretty split, slightly leaning Cincinnati. Let's move on to the next game. And why don't we talk about the hottest team in the NBA? It's New York Knicks time. Hottest team in basketball. The line reflects it. Everyone's catching on. Everyone's betting the Knicks. Prop Beaver, do you think this is a sell high spot for the Knicks?
Against Portland, I don't really know. Portland just got their teeth kicked in twice by the Mavericks at home, where they've been performing well.
Sure did.
I don't know.
Sure did.
Yeah, sure did. What I went with here is I went with DiVincenzo. I took his under 2.5 3-pointers made. You get that at plus 100. And I just think it's a tough matchup for him in a worse split. A bit of a sell high because he's had some good shooting performances lately against like the Sixers and stuff like that. Portland's a defense that funnels opportunities away from the 3-point line and towards the rim. On the road this year, Portland 6th in 3-point frequency and first in efficiency. As a result, they've allowed the second lowest 3-point percentage, second lowest 3-pointers made amount, and 5th fewest 3-point attempts on catch and shoot attempts. And that's really important because DiVincenzo, he leads the Knicks in catch and shoot 3-point attempts. Against shooting guards, the Blazers have allowed the fewest 3-pointers made on the season, 3rd fewest over the last 30 days, and 2nd fewest over the last 2 weeks. And DiVincenzo's been less efficient at home. On the road, he's got a godly 68.3 effective field goal percentage and 47 3-point percentage. But at home, that drops 16 points on the effective field goal percentage and 8 points on the regular 3-point percentage. Knicks are a great team at taking care of business against bad teams. I forgot what the exact metric was. Joe DeLera on Twitter, I know that he had tweeted a write-up for the Knicks once, and our net rating against below 500 teams is absolutely ridiculous. We're fantastic against the spread against those horrendous teams. And the Portland Trailblazers, they apply. I see him shooting about 4 to 7 3-point attempts here due to the fact that Portland is good at limiting value. 4 games since Barrett and Quickly got traded, he's had 6, 7, and 8 field goal attempts. So with 4 to 7 field goal attempts this year, 3-point attempts this year, he's 13 and 5, averaging just 1.8 per game. At the plus money, I'm going to take my shot here.
Yeah, I like that. It kind of plays into my thoughts on this game, too. So, first of all, as far as a side, I would lean here. I would lay it with the Knicks. I'm not laying it with the Knicks, but that's what I would do. The problem with – I like this Portland team, but the problem is they pressure you on the perimeter. They force turnovers. They make you uncomfortable in the fast break. The Knicks kind of do that, too, with Brunson and Josh Hart. The Knicks do a lot of that themselves, so I don't think this is a great matchup for Portland. This is the way I would lean. But actually, what I would do here, someone stole it, Jay Miz in the comments. I would go right here. Hartenstein, over 21.5 points and rebounds. Portland, even with DeAndre Ayton, has no presence on the interior. And that's even with Ayton. Ayton's not playing, and actually, I can pull that up right now. Hold on. Just give you an idea.
They've been getting cooked.
Nope, that's still not working. Damn, I got to get that working, man. That's going to look so cool when it's done. But, yeah, there's no Ayton for Portland, and they're already thin in the front court, so there's just no size here. Hartenstein's averaging 12.6 rebounds per game over the last 5. This dude has been grabbing boards, over 21.5 points and rebounds against one of the worst teams. It's even between Portland or Washington as far as the worst interior defenses in the NBA. 21.5 seems great, and the reason I like prop Ever's angle on it is that's the Portland. They on the perimeter they play really good defense. They pressure you, which even leads to Hartenstein even more. So yeah, I like this, and I would lean Knicks as well. Knicks minus 12. 46% of you said you would lay it with the Knicks. 37% said you would take it with Portland. So poll slightly leaning Knicks, but not crazy.
Hartenstein would smash that number if they actually gave the guy any form of usage. That's the only reason why I can't get there.
Against this Portland team, they might, though.
This would be the spot. You're definitely right.
They're like pesky on the perimeter, those Blazers. Like Scoot Henderson, Simons, like they're pesky out there.
That's why I like my diva. I like both our plays. I think I might put that in the SGP, honestly.
There you go. Now Andrew has the floor. Wait, Memphis. No, Andrew doesn't have the floor. It's Grizzlies Mavs. Prop Beaver's still up. I thought college was next.
Get the hell out of here.
Get back in your corner. This line is 8.5. I hate that it hasn't moved, man. And I don't even have good reasoning for my bet here. I shouldn't say my bet because I didn't bet it yet. At the bottom of the ticket, I put a little disclaimer. Grizzlies plus 8.5, waiting on injuries. Because there was Jaren Jackson Jr. was questionable. Let me see if that's updated in the last 45 minutes.
It hasn't. I've been waiting too.
Okay, so he's still questionable.
Yeah.
Memphis, yep. So Jaren Jackson Jr. is still questionable. I'll put up my lean here. It would be Memphis plus 8.5. I feel like the Ja Morant news, which, by the way, what the hell was that? He wasn't even ruled out for this game. He was listed as questionable. It was like I didn't even think the injury was serious. And then all of a sudden I see the tweet from Shams. It was out for the season. It's crazy. That came out of nowhere. So I feel like that news is going to draw a lot of action over to the Dallas side. don't love the play. Like I said, I haven't even bet it yet, but that's the way I would go. Just fading what I think will be the heavy public side here with Dallas. But I need Jaren Jackson Jr. on the floor. He's listed as questionable. If he doesn't play, I won't touch it. Prop you?
Yeah, I don't have a player prop in this one. I was looking at Marcus Smart assists, but I'm just so worried about a blowout. I mean, Dallas has been playing really good basketball ever since Kyrie Irving returned to the lineup. I know 2 of those games were against Portland, but they beat the Timberwolves at home pretty handily too. I mean, they're playing some really good basketball right now, and I mean, this Grizzlies offense is the worst in the league without John Morant on the court this season, and 107 offensive rating. And I don't really exactly love the matchup for them. If you're going to attack the Mavs, it has to be down low. A lot of their guys like to shoot the outside shot. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the only guy who could really get into the paint and create some stir. But the problem is that Jaren Jackson Jr., I've bet him before against this Mavs team. You know what happens? Foul trouble. And then you're fucked. And you're sitting there and it's like, what did I even bet this garbage ass team for? So I can't really get there on anything in this game. If anything, if Jaren Jackson Jr. is out, I'd probably take the Grizzlies team total under. Not the full game under because obviously JJJ, impact defender. But I'd probably take the under because he's the only guy who I think could attack the Mavericks' weakness. And if he's not on the court, I mean, I hate the matchup for them.
I wonder where this line would go if he's ruled out. Like, would we be able to get like 12.5, 13?
I don't even know if I'd take that.
As expected, the poll's all over Dallas. But with the Jaren Jackson Jr. status still up in the air, he's such an important piece to Memphis. It's tough to place a bet right now. Next. All right, back to some college basketball. Let's bring Toast up. We got ACC. Duke.
You should bring Andy up. Andy's got to play in this game, I think.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, this is my favorite of the day. I think Duke
Your favorite of the day.
Yeah.
Last time you said that was Mississippi State. You humiliated yourself on broadcast.
Right. Hey, I went 2-1-2.
Yeah, you did do. All right, you had a good day.
That was the only one of my top that were wrong. But no, Duke should crush in this game. Pitt can't defend the 3. Duke really good at shooting from 3 specific spots. 2 of them are 3, especially corner 3s. They always have somebody wide open in the corner. Pitt can't defend that. Pitt should be able to out-rebound Duke. Duke's not really a very strong rebounding team, but I wouldn't be crazy about that. They're not the greatest offensive team in Pitt. A road game wouldn't scare me either. Duke's been pretty good on the road in historically in the ACC. They've won 4 or 5 against Pitt. The overs also hit in the last 5 matchups, so I'd look at that too because Duke's also been scoring a lot. So, yeah, this is my favorite time. I think Duke crushes it.
I'm down to tail. Andy says his favorite of the day. I trust him. I'm with Duke as well. Don't let me down. Toast, are you with him?
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's really hard for me to get a read on either one of these teams. Duke's 4th game on the road. They're pretty good. But Pittsburgh is pretty damn big. They're like the 6th tallest team in the country. They're pretty experienced. I mean, all these kids know what they're doing. The issue with Pitt for me is the free throw percentage. 281 in the country. They shoot 68% as a team compared to Duke's 60 or 75% as a team. So even if Pitt can keep this game close towards the end of the game, it might come down to free throws, and that might just send it over to Duke. So, yeah, it's a pass for me. I would lean Duke, too, if you want it.
I'll put it up there. He said he would lean Duke. Poll is heavy on Duke, but a lot of people in the comments saying they like Pittsburgh plus the points here. But as far as the poll,
Pitt's becoming a very popular team. I'm not sure why.
Really?
They haven't proven that much yet.
Well, 70% of the poll said they're betting Duke. So the poll doesn't reflect it, but the comments, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 people who said they like Pitt in the comments. So next, BYU Baylor. Did we lose Toast? No, I see it. He must have just stepped up for a second.
He ran away.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see his living room. BYU.
No, the freaking UPS guy's knocking at my door. Like, just leave the goddamn package, dude.
What a scum pig.
What a scum pig, he says. All right, 154.5, under 154.5. All right, BYU Baylor. This is a big game, right? Toast?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is a big game. Baylor's probably one of the best teams. I didn't know because Andy was there. I didn't want to jump in. Coming off a pretty big win against Oklahoma State that I don't think they deserved. They should have lost that game against Oklahoma State, but that's just how the cookie's been crumbling for me lately. I don't have a play in this game. BYU is probably a metric darling. Shot quality, all those things, think that they're one of the best teams in the country. Everything that they do is good. They're really big. They're tall. They have a really deep bench. They shoot the three well. 11th in effective field goal percentage. I mean, it's all good. I mean, Baylor's Baylor. They're one of the best teams in the country. I truly think this game's a coin flip.
So at 4.5, you wouldn't lean. I'm going putting BYU up because everyone's saying Baylor in the chat, and I'm getting 4.5 points with a team that's 11-3 against the spread. I love it. I don't know. When I say I love it, I don't know much about these teams, so I'm more saying it tongue in cheek. But I'm putting BYU up for me. Andy?
Yeah, if I'm picking a side, I would side Baylor, but because they're due. They are coming off a game. They won the game against Oklahoma State, but they didn't win it like they'd usually win it. Usually they'll drill 3-pointers against you. 2 of 15 from 3 last time out, and they still won the game. That was very impressive for them. I think they're due for a really good game. I'd also hit the over in this game. Both of these teams hit shots at an elite rate. Top 35 in effective field goal percentage for both of these teams, mostly from 3 as well. They score both of them score most of their points from 3. So I expect 3-pointers to be flying in this game. So that I'd side Baylor as a pick, but I'd go over in this game.
So you also
the only thing that I will say to them both shooting threes is that they both defend the 3 really well. BYU 5th in the country, allowing opponents only 26.5% from 3. Baylor number 38 in the country, opponents only shooting 29.8% from 3 against them too. So we'll see. Baylor does run fast, 32nd in the country in average possession length, so they like to get up and down.
There's a guy in the comments named Fin Addict that picked the exact same thing as you, Andy. He said Baylor money. Well, he said Baylor -4 over 154. So Andy and Fin Addict on the same page there. Next.
If Baylor wouldn't have crumbled me last time they played, I probably would be on BYU. But I'm just, yeah.
Yeah, you ended up getting a loss on that. Such bullshit. All right, Texas A&M. Oh, another college basketball before we get to the Lakers Raps. It's SEC, so we'll bring Andy up first. He loves SEC basketball. A&M, this line is down to 7, and tell me this isn't a sneaky spot for Texas A&M money line.
It is, but the thing that held me back is Auburn at home. Auburn is a crazy good home team like that. They have the best home court advantage, I would say, in the SEC. I think that's kind of come up in the last few years. They call it the jungle for a reason. It is very hard to come out of there with a win. Texas A&M, it's a good spot because they are coming off a very bad game against LSU. I mean, they lost the game outright. They were -800 on the money line, and they lost the game outright, and it wasn't pretty. They were not good in that game at all. So if I'm picking a side, I'd probably side Auburn just winning the game by 10, but I think Texas A&M could keep it close because they're coming off such a bad game.
So you'd lean Auburn -7.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Toast, agreed there?
No, not at all. I really like Texas A&M plus 7.5. Buzz Williams runs circles around Bruce Pearl. He has always done well against Bruce Pearl teams. Texas A&M is going to play through their defense. Both these teams are going to play through their defense. I think that Texas A&M is going to be able to trip Auburn up a little bit, how slow they play. And Auburn is one of those teams that, yes, they shoot very well, but at the same time, I'm just not really sure how good they are. The shot quality model really likes Texas A&M as well. So I'm going to take my chances with Texas A&M and Wade Taylor and all those guys. I truly believe that this is a kind of a letdown spot for Auburn. I understand how good they are in the jungle. That place is absolutely insane. But I think that after a 30-point win at Arkansas, they have LSU on deck. There's nothing really there. This is kind of like sleepy spot for me. So I'm more than willing to take 7.5 points with Texas A&M.
Yup, A&M plus 7.5. The line movement was pretty clear. It was 9, 8.5, 8, 7.5. I even see 7s out there. Thank you, sports. This is why I love having the live comments. Texas A&M 8-2 straight up and 8-2 against the spread in the last 10 meetings against Auburn. Love that. But yeah, I got to.
I wish I would have had that stat when I said my thing about Bruce Pearl. Touche, guy. Touche.
Yeah, Texas A&M plus 7.5. But I got to keep giving the disclaimer. Don't know a ton about these teams. Just putting this up there because of the line movement. Our poll is leaning Texas A&M. 46% said you would take the 7. So maybe an A&M a bit of a public dog here. 36% said you would lay the 7 with Auburn next game. Come on. Yo, I'm on a live show. Let me, I'll call you back in 15 minutes. Sorry. Raptors, that was an important call. That's why I had to take, I've been trying to get the guy on the phone.
The fuck was that?
No, it's Canova. I was trying to get him on the phone for about the coding. Anyway, Raptors, Lakers. We've been playing phone tag for like 3 days, so I just wanted to.
No, I get it. I get it.
Lakers minus 4.5 over.
You did that just to flex. That was a fake call. You had somebody call in.
Wow, how is that a flex?
I've never ever seen him do that.
How is getting a phone call a flex?
No, I've been at the office.
How is getting a phone call a flex?
You make it seem like you're busier than you are. Yeah.
What the hell? How am I not busy? What world do you live in?
I'm just.
What do you like in this freaking game, Prop Beaver? Raptors, Lakers.
I actually really don't like anything. I can tell
oh my god! And then you give nothing.
I can tell you the 3 props the entire country is on: Emmanuel Quickly over PRA, Scotty Barnes over 3-pointers made, and what was the other one? Oh, Scotty Barnes under rebounds and assists. I don't like any of those. I'm good off this game. I was thinking about doing a Davis LeBron parlay, but I don't know. I'll probably just ride with the Raps because they just keep paying out. They're hot right now. They got good energy. The Lakers don't know how to play outside the in-season tournament. Fucking Darvin Ham looks like an orc. So I'm just going to ride with the Raps.
Yo,
are the vibes high in the Raptors locker room?
Way higher than the Lakers.
Vibes.
LeBron's like, oh, well, Bronny can play on this team right now. No, he can't.
Oh, my God. I saw that, and I was like, has he seen him play at USC yet? Like, I know he's courtside. Is he not paying attention?
Raps are the move. I can't believe how many people think that was a fake phone call because of your dumb man. I'm like, what? How is getting a phone call a flex? Everyone gets phone calls. If I was like, oh, excuse me, Dave Portnoy, like that would be a flex. wasn't anybody famous? It was a phone call.
I thought something was seriously wrong. I've never seen Kyle do that in the
No, it was just I've been trying to get this guy on the phone. All right, so Raptors plus 4.5. As I said on YouTube last night, I'm going to continue to ride the Raptors team. I've bet them in 4 straight games now. Bet the Raptors 4 straight times. I'm 3-1, but I should be 3-0-1 because I gave out Raptors plus 5 and then bet it at 4.5. So I missed by the hook and I should have had a push. But since this trade, since RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly have joined the Raptors rotation, they're playing with a new energy. RJ Barrett just dropped 37 last game. The fan base is up. Yes, this game is in LA, but the fan base is up. That team's got a new energy, and I'm betting them against a Lakers team that's, let's face it, other than the win over the Clippers, has looked pretty flat. Pretty much since the in-season tournament. I mean, they've had little sparks here and there, but as a whole, this team's looked pretty flat since the in-season tournament. So plus 4.5, I'll take it. Disclaimer on this one. With Pirtle out, that's the center for the Raptors, for those who don't know who that is. With him out, it makes it a little tough here because the Lakers, as we know, they play physical inside. They have a lot of size, and the Raptors are already a team that's lacking size, and now their center's out, and Anunoby's gone. Anunoby and RJ Barrett, I know they play the same position on paper, but they really don't. Anunoby's a much more interior presence than RJ Barrett is, so this Raptors team really going to be lacking size in this matchup. So on paper, this isn't the best matchup for the Raptors, but trends-wise and quote-unquote energy-wise, I'm loving playing this Raptors team, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to let an injury or a matchup on paper skew me off here. Raptors plus 4.5. And holy shit, 72%. Wow. 72% of our viewership are taking Raptors plus 4.5. 72%. Holy, I didn't realize the entire world was betting the Raptors, but I'm still on them. I already bet it, so I can't back out now. 22% said you would take the Lakers. So I guess I should put another disclaimer here. If you're playing Toronto, know that you're taking an insanely public dog. But who cares? This team's playing with some energy. Let's go, Raps. Either you guys have anything to add? Andy Toast. No. Next.
Good point, Andy.
Yeah, really good insight there. Oh,
Dude, I know nothing about the Lakers this season. I haven't.
LeBron James is on the team.
They were a pissed
play for Cleveland. He used to play for Cleveland. All right, so Iowa State at Houston. Oh, no, Houston at Iowa State. I'm sorry. Houston. So this is, just so I'm reading this correctly, Houston's the number 2 team in the country, and they're only laying 2.5 here, right? So that means Iowa State has to be undervalued. Am I reading that properly?
I guess
Andy?
that's what it says.
I don't know. I don't like this Iowa State team. They haven't played anybody. They haven't played anybody. Now they're playing the number 2 team. Yeah, I like Houston tonight. They haven't like Iowa State has played nobody this season. They just played Oklahoma. I think they started with and they lost to them by 8. I know that was a road game, but again, they haven't played anybody. The only reason their net ranking is really high. They're like 15th in the nation in their net ranking. The only reason is they've beaten all their opponents. They were beating like low major teams by 50. So this is a team that's being very overrated just because of how bad they were beating teams. It's a tough team to go into to go up against. Really, and no matter who they play, they've pretty much beaten them up. They covered against West Virginia the other day. That was a 22-point line, right? So I love this Houston team.
Toast, do you agree with that analysis there?
Yeah. I played Houston. I can understand if you're playing Iowa State, you're going to bank on the fact that you're at home. You're going to bank on the fact that Houston's played, I think, one other away game this year. Yeah, one other away game at Xavier, which they won 66-60. But besides that, they haven't played, like I said, on the road. Houston doesn't shoot free throws very well, 306 in the country at 66.8% from the field, or from the field goal line, or from the charity stripe. But like Andy said, Iowa State hasn't played anybody. So, yeah, this is like their biggest game on their schedule so far. But as far as strength of schedule goes, they're 335th in the nation. So they lost to Oklahoma, and the games before that, they were beating teams like DePaul, Iowa, Prairie View A&M, Florida A&M, Eastern Illinois, New Hampshire, Grambling State. I mean, so nothing there's really impressive there. Iowa State, very, very good defensively, but Houston is the best team defensively. Again, I'll take my chances. Oh, and by the way, Iowa State's not a great free throw shooting team either. So that really kind of cancels each other out. But I'm more than willing to take the 2.5 with Houston and lay it there. And if they have a dud on the road, so be it. But this Houston team's been good for 2.5, 3 years. So I don't really worry about it. I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys with that. Houston minus 2.5. Sports Center, the guy who gave us that Texas A&M trend against Auburn, he says Iowa State plus 2.5. Houston hasn't played anybody either. That's what Sports Center says. Stephen Harrison on Houston. Fin Addict on the under. Pat Bush says coin flip game. So a little split on this one. J.R. Meza, Iowa State or Mesa?
I mean, Houston's
played Utah, Dayton, Xavier, Texas A&M, West Virginia.
Yeah, they've played some.
It's a lot better than
man. Sports Center, are you losing credibility here?
Iowa State schedule.
Oh, Sports Center. Sports Center. Lays in
hell. Iowa State starts off with a gauntlet. Green Bay, Lindenwood, Idaho State, Grambling State.
Up. Shipley's here. Look what the cat dragged in.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We got one last game. Let's get this over with before Shipley starts trying to sell Pistons money line to people out here.
He's already sold that. We already know.
He sold the shit out of it. Colorado State at Boise State. Let's bring up Toast because he specifically requested this game. Specifically. Colorado State at Boise State. So this line is even 2 from what I'm seeing, but I saw a 1.5 and I saw a 2.5. So I think depending on where you look, you can get the line you're looking for here. Toast, what's the move here?
It's Boise State plus the points at home for me. Look, Colorado State is really good. They're 25th in the country as far as Ken Palm goes. They've played the 12th hardest schedule in the country. They're coming off a loss to Utah State on the road. And that's kind of why I don't really like it. Their last 3 games, they were at home against New Mexico. Then they go on the road at Utah State. And now they're back on the road 2 days later with a very short prep time against a Boise State team that I think is kind of underrated. I truly believe that Boise State's a top 25 team in the country, especially playing at home. Guys like Max Rice and Tyson Degahart and Omar Stanley are just starting to take over. Obviously, Isaiah Stevens, Patrick Cartier, all those guys from Colorado State are solid. But I just think that Boise State is going to slow this game down to a crawl and play through their defense. Colorado State, not the best rebounding team. They're pretty good on inside, but I think that Boise State can defend that. And then the Boise State's really good at defending the three ball, which is another thing that Colorado State has had a lot of success with this year, shooting 37% almost as a team from deep. That's just not going to happen tonight in Boise. Boise State has a huge height advantage. Boise State 23 in the country as far as height's concerned. Colorado State 285 or 288 or something like that. Just a huge difference on the inside. So I think Boise slows this game down, makes it physical. Both teams are going to be fighting for points, and I think Boise State pulls it out because the world's going to tell you that no way in the world that Colorado State can lose 2 games in a row. It can't happen. We'll see.
And, well, the poll's against you. Andy, did you have any thoughts on this?
I didn't really read into this game, but I would side with him as well. Boise State's 7-0 at home this year. Obviously not a strong schedule. Nobody plays a strong home schedule early, but I would side Boise State too. I think they're a really good team. Colorado State, very back and forth so far. So, yeah, I'd just side Boise. I didn't get to look at it crazy, though.
I'm putting Boise up for me, too. Screw the poll. Screw you guys. Screw you, Sports Center. Sports Center's coming back, by the way. He's saying
here's another thing.
He's sticking to his guns.
And here's another thing with that Boise State team. St. Mary's and North Texas, they both beat, and they're very good defensively. So don't worry about that.
Whoops. Let me get that Boise State back. Yeah, Sports Center is sticking to his guns that Houston also hasn't played anybody. He's staying on it. He's dying on that hill.
And I agree with him. Staying on business.
All right. So I do have an underdog pick'em. It is right here. This one was built by me, not Prop Beaver. We needed to bring the ace in to hit one out here because Prop Beaver just hasn't been hitting these underdogs. So here I go, taking a swing. Paolo Banchero, lower than 28.5 points. Isaiah Hartenstein, higher than 21.5 points in rebounds, as I said. And Emmanuel Quickly, as Prop Beaver said, I guess the whole world's on this. Didn't know that, but I have higher than 5 assists.
It's not his assists. It's the points, rebounds, and assists. You're good.
He is starting. He is, from what I'm reading, he's getting the start at the 1 tonight. So I have 5 assists. It's a 3 pick, so it pays out 6 times. If you don't have an Underdog Fantasy account, it's available at any state highlighted in this map. So if you're in one of these states highlighted in yellow, head over to the website, Underdog Fantasy, or download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So if you deposit $100, they will give you a free $100 to play with. Our poll on that last one was all over Colorado State, as I mentioned. And J.R. Mesa, right on KyleKirms.com, right at the top middle is a link that says join the Discord. That's how. So anyway, so why don't we do a mixed community parlay, mixed sports? How about that?
Wow.
I know. I'm feeling crazy. All right, so we're just going to use the sample size of the games we talked about to make it easier.
Okay.
So first game,
I'll open up the book.
Seton Hall money line first game. Kings Pistons. Oh, definitely Kings money line. Oh no, Pistons won that poll. Pistons money line.
Yeah. And I hope the Pistons money line wins this bowl.
That's not going to. For the love of God, I hope it doesn't. And T-Wolves money. No, for full disclosure, I want T-Wolves money line. No, I have to end that. It's Magic money line. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Magic won the poll.
Wake up and smell the coffee, boss.
Pistons money line. Kentucky money line.
Am I muted? Kentucky's going to win.
No, I hear you now. I hear you, Toast. All right. Here's the poll. Whoa.
You're not muted, that's for sure.
Sorry.
All right. Poll is running. Are you guys really voting Pistons?
Pistons.
Nah, here we go. Kentucky's
got to win this one.
There's only 16 votes.
I mean, if they're voting Pistons, they might as well do a Georgetown Detroit money line parlay. Just go all in.
That'd be sick.
Would it be?
Yeah, I'd ride.
That'd be sick.
I'm looking it up now just to see.
All right.
It's a good thing Seton Hall didn't win this one. He would have to do it.
Well, yeah. That's what sucks about Seton Hall. Is I know a lot of people are in here from Jersey. Not most aren't, but some are. Kentucky money line is the first leg of this parlay, so we're starting out extremely square, but that's all right. Next poll.
Minus 820 favorite. All right.
Next poll, Alabama money. No, South Carolina won that poll. You guys voted a lot of dogs today. Texas, Cincinnati. Blazers, Knicks was Knicks. Grizzlies, Mavericks was Mavericks. Yeah, everyone was on the Mavericks. All right, second poll. Nah, Shipley, Pistons money line got second, so theoretically they will get one more shot to get in there.
Pistons in Georgetown was plus 1,800.
That would have been sick.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end poll. And the final consensus is Knicks money line. The Knicks have made their way into the community parlay for the first time this season.
Oh, that's good. Minus 720. Okay. So
Are we even at?
Now our parlay is at minus 360. So
Oh my
good.
God, this is gonna be a bad one. All right, so Duke money line, BYU, Baylor. Who would they vote there? They voted Baylor. Duke money line, Baylor money line, Texas A&M, Auburn. They like Texas A&M with the points. They won that poll, right? Yeah. And Lakers, Raptors. Raptors money line. They liked a lot. All right, third leg.
Toast, I had a vision last night.
That's not weird at all.
What was it?
It's that the
You bought a Sean Mania jersey?
No, it's that the KC Royals are gonna be our cash cow this year.
Oh, I already know, dude. They are the Arizona Diamondbacks of this year.
Yes, sir.
Last year.
Yes,
No, they're not.
Sir.
I feel it.
Thanks
feel
for
it in
playing.
the plums.
Yes, sir.
No, it's
They
good
cost
talk.
us so much money last
Yep.
year that they have to win
I
us
feel
money
it.
this year.
They
No,
don't.
thank you for playing.
I died on their hill so many times last year, going sharp, and they bit me in my ass.
System Plays is in the comments, giving out his Kings money line. That's L.A. Kings he's talking about over the
I was
Lightning.
gonna say Kings money line against Pistons is sharp.
Although he gave it out in the Discord,
Really?
he's been hitting these NHL plays at an insane rate. I'll give him some props. He's such a little
Absolutely,
prick. He's such a little prick, but he's been hitting these plays at an insane rate. But
100% scumbag. Yeah.
he got at minus 115, and it's minus 135 now. So his play definitely got some CLV.
Classless pig, but a great.
No, he's
captain.
definitely a solid with the puck. No
Yeah,
question.
he knows puck. He knows puck.
Kid knows puck.
Really quickly though, I didn't tell everybody. I really like Florida State plus the points as well. Just
I
everybody knows.
was just gonna say I like Wake today.
No.
Oh,
Let's
we
do
would
it.
have had a
I love
battle.
Wake today.
Oh no.
Oh no! All right, what's the last leg of the
Why do
community?
you like Wake? Quickly.
Florida
Oh,
State
go ahead,
hasn't
Kyle.
been. Oh no, yeah, you go first.
Why do you like Wake?
Oh, I thought Kyle could.
I thought you were gonna go first. Florida State's got 3 home losses this year. None of them are to teams as good as Wake. Wake shoots the 3 so well. Florida State can't shoot. So many reasons.
Yeah, that was like 2.
That was 3.
That was 10.
Wait a
All right.
second. LC is in the comments, says he likes the Lightning. LC's got some good looks too. I've heard him. So System Plays, you got LC.
And I heard LC's a better person than System Plays.
Oh, just by default, he probably is. Kings are 13-3-1 on the road this season, the best road team in the NHL. Tough to argue with that. All right, Duke money line is the last leg. Beaver.
Okay. Wow.
Minus 180.
Tons of value on this one. Plus 190.
All right. The community parlay. Kentucky money line, Knicks money line.
Plus 200.
It's plus 200? Oh, it's not even.
No, it said it's not even.
Kentucky money line, Knicks money line, Baylor money line, Duke money line, plus 190. The squarest, chalkiest parlay ever. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. Oh, man, this just has no value at all.
I wish the Kings were in this one. I would have bet them.
Shipley said Duke money line is JBY in charge of the poll. He gets stressed for being square in the Discord all the time. All right. Everyone, thanks for watching. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Tomorrow it'll probably be me, Beaver. Oh, you know what? I think Jay Briggs is coming. I think it's me, Prop Beaver, and Jay Briggs. We're gonna do all NBA because it's a lot of NBA. So tomorrow will be all NBA. Maybe we'll try to do
actually coming?
I think he is. No,
Wow.
it's FTB. Wednesday's FTB. Jay Briggs is coming Friday.
We'll see about that one.
Yeah, we'll see, right? Everyone, thanks for watching. As always, see you tomorrow. We'll be uploading a video tonight, too, so when I go through my notes and stuff. That should be a daily thing now. So that should be every night moving forward. Thanks for watching. Let's bet responsibly. Have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.